likely to see something, I think, pass before the end of the year, probably late at the end of the year. We know that Congress always likes to work up against a deadline. And I think that what we're most likely to see is something about the delinking of the administrative fees from the list price of the drug. That is a consistent theme that's been in every aspect of the legislation. I think there's an open question as to whether they will eventually only narrow the scope to Medicare Part D, or whether they will apply it to both Medicare Part D and the commercial market. That's an open question. The delinking of the administrative fees, and then I think the increase in transparency and the disclosure requirements. And as far as whether those disclosure requirements are going to be effective, that's the real open question. I know if you speak to economists, economists argue that when you go into a negotiation, the promise of confidentiality is always going to result in a different agreement than what would have otherwise been reached if the negotiation if all parties know that at some point the negotiation will be made public. And so there's a question as to how a pharmaceutical manufacturer and a PBM will strategically approach negotiations if they know that those negotiations will be disclosed down the road. And how that will affect negotiations, nobody knows yet, but there are theories out there that say that the negotiations will not be as aggressive as they are today.